Hey, Sean B. This is pretty much video 3. We're gonna actually start, marking up the charts, and I'm not gonna make this a long video. I'm trying to make it short as possible, but it's gonna go by quick. So just like be ready to just like follow what's happening. The next video, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna teach y'all, how to find brokers for y'all and what to look for when looking for brokers and such things like that so y'all can start trading. But I want y'all to start marking up charts, and the reason why is if you can just learn how to mark the charts and be like used to it, I mean, you'll be able to do it by yourself without me really helping you. But aside from that, we're gonna start. So we're gonna start with the decision points. Well, actually, hold on. The questions. What am I looking at right now? Okay, that's the first question. So let's go back to week 1. What do I see? What's happened in the past? Well, you can see it came back up and it had a sudden jump, right? So it overheated here, came back down, overheated here, slow overheated enough to point it came down to like right there, and now it's slowly coming back up to get to another higher point. It might not come up here, but it might come up like around here, assuming that hey, it's gonna come down in a slow form of up and down, right? So we got that down. So that means we know that this could actually be a potential up firm. And if it's not, if it comes down, it would come down to here because that's what happened in the past. It's not going to go way below down here unless if the market does really bad, that country. So here or here, that's our possibilities. So now we're looking for trends. So to look for trends, what do we see? Is it going up or down? So we know like it came down and then it leveled out here and now it's going up. So we know the trend is going up. So what we're gonna do from there is draw decision points. And the best way I would do it is I do it at a 1 day scale. I mean, y'all have the option to do it at a 1 hour or 4 hour for very quick trades. And this is what a lot of professional people do who knows how to, enter the market at a good time and sustain. But yeah, we're gonna start with 1 day and we're gonna start marking up the chart. So decision points would be right there. So when you do this, you want to look for the closest market. So in this area, so the first half, so pretend this is one half of the page. Kind of ignore this side for right now, but you focus on this side because this is what's happening now. So when you draw these lines, you want to make sure like the lines are sticking out, but so imagine a person sitting on a wall. So you want the legs to be just dangling on the wall. So like it doesn't have to be perfect. Like this one you see, it doesn't have a lot of gap. This one you see, it kind of overflows, but you kind of get the point. And if you want to move it up, it doesn't hurt, you know? Because I decided to choose this one because that's still part of the half, right? So and then you try to find what you try to do is I don't know what's going on. What you try to do, your goal is to find at least 3 to 4 of these. And the reason why is because these are your deciding points. This is what's gonna really help you, you know, find where to enter the market and where to exit the market. So there's one right here. As you can see, touch, the legs, right? Um, we might need to put one around. I'm not sure actually here. This one's actually harder than I thought. Right about there would seem okay. And then let's see, we can put one more right about there since that's the current market, right? So this is the current market. So we're watching in this area and this area. That's our prime focus. So you kind of see this tunnel is our prime focus. secondary focuses. So as in like after it leaves this area or this area, your focus is here or here. Meaning the market might come up to here and then come back down, similar to what happened here. Or hey, it's gonna come down here and then either pick up or keep going down. And these would be the third zone, but you want to make your charts clean as possible. So if it does go down, you delete these lines up here. You try to keep it under 4 lines. So what you do from there is you draw your second plots, and what these are is your box. See, now you have a box. You remember the rectangle blue boxes? And I'll show you why I did it like this. So right here, I'm gonna do it one right about there. Actually, no, right about there-ish. Okay, so the way I decide how to make the boxes, you want crucial points to be hitting. So right here it hit, right there it hit. See those little legs? These legs hit, right? So basically, and I'll explain more into that. And the same thing here, inside, 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 inside. This one popped out. This could be a, fake out, and then news happened. Boom, So let me finish this up real quick so I can, I don't wanna, like I said, I don't wanna make a really long video. So boom, right there. It's a big box. And then one more right about, actually this is also a big box. Okay, right there, okay? So, these are your deciding points, okay? So, I'm gonna add the rectangle. If this page would load, I don't know why it's slow today. It's really bugging me, but hold on. I need this actually. I need to move out the page so I can better build the box. So I'm gonna build a box starting from the top, stretch it out, go down, and your goal is to make sure it hits line to line because that's how perfect you want it to be. Because if it's popping out or if it's not a clean rectangle, you're gonna make weird entries, trust me. Also in the next video we'll also talk about entries. A peer within the group asked really good questions about it, so I'll be discussing a little bit in depth. And I'm gonna talk a little bit in this video too of entries because it is important to understand how entries work. And I'm telling you, if you have these boxes, you're gonna be able to decide entries and exits really easily. Um, these boxes are the basics. Okay, so I'm gonna explain later on how to do the advanced version of the boxes where it matches a theory. So okay, so looking at this, right? Now you can make two assumptions, right? So it's inside this box. This is the current market. Like this is actually moving. So in this box, it's pierced inside, and now it's popping out a little bit. Now, if you want to make a good entry and you say, hey, there's a secondary trend that's happening here, right? So you're establishing now a trend, okay? So you got the decision points. Now you're establishing a trend from here to here, right? Or you can make it into a slant tunnel, right? You can do this. So usually there's a big trend and then sometimes there's usually a smaller trend within that trend. And this is really common. You'll see it a lot once you like start marking charts. But it's going to be like this. And the tunnel, I'm going to create a tunnel, watch. From here to right about there. Do you see a tunnel? Boom. Boom. So what you're expecting, okay, so the reason why there's a tunnel here and then a smaller tunnel here is because, hey, if it does pop out of this box, now you know it's going to either hit this box and then bounce back up. Okay? So this it's going to follow this. Boom, hit that, boom, come back down, hit that, boom, come back down. It hit right here, right? It's in the box, came back down, boom, hit this line, boom, hit that line, came back down, boom. But what you realize is, hey, it's hitting the box. Boom, hit the box, right? Inside the decision point, went back up, decision point, right? It didn't pop out, but it came back down. Decision point, or it didn't come to decision point, now it's hitting the trend line. Came back to the decision point, and then came back down, trend line, go through, and then instead of popping back down, it said, hey, I want to go up, boom, trend line within the decision box, trend line within the decision box. So now you have two options, okay? If the next candle pops out and it's actually popping out, it's going to go up. So now you have a good entry in this area right here. Okay, so your stop loss would be like around here, right about there. Okay, so that's how you make entries and stop loss. And the reason why you want to stop loss here is because, hey, there's a chance that it's going to come down all the way here, just like this, but it can still go down here and then come back up, just like this one, right? So it has a possibility to go up, and then once it's hit this box, it might come back down, boom, up, and it's going to keep going up like that if this continues the pattern, assuming there is no news. Okay, because like when there's a news, that's when it gets challenging. That's why you need the theory base. But this is the basic. So if you can just sort of get the grasp of just drawing these trend lines, it's going to help you. And I know this one is not the prettiest trend line, and I'll find better ones. And because the ones I did yesterday is invalid because of news that happened today. And hey, the trade's already happened. Like that's the end of that, and I can't be using that. But hey, this is, I mean, if I were to give a signal right now, I would wait for this next candle and be like, hey, buy or sell. If it pops out, it would be a sell. If it pops up, it'd be a buy. But assuming it follows a trend, okay? So this is the goal. Like find a chart, and the website that I'm using is called tradingview.com, tradingview.com. And when you go to this page, I'm too lazy to explain. When you go to the page, just type in the currency pair and then click interactive charts, which would be in this area, and then you'll be here. And then you can just type whatever pair you want from here. So find a pair that you see a trend in. So like let me actually try. Man, I don't know why it's very okay. So right here, you see it's going up. Okay, so you can kind of draw out the scale. You can kind of visualize it. Hey, what trend is happening? Okay, so the trend is, hey, it's going up, right? So you can create a tunnel from here to here, and you can also draw decision points right here in this area, decision point in this area, decision point in this area, decision point in this area. Look, do you see? I'm already visualizing the market, you know, even without the trend lines or whatever. And that's the goal. And the trend line, the reason why you learn to do these lines is so you can go back to sleep, right? Wake the next day and not have to visualize it. It's already drawn. You already indicated what you're gonna see for the next few weeks, pretty much. That's the whole purpose, because that's what you want. So aside from that, I covered a little bit of entry. I covered a little bit of resistance and support line, which is decision points, and also covered a little bit of trend lines. Now for the next video, I'm going to teach you how to do really good entries. I might go a little bit into the theory of Fibonacci and how to use that as the support and resistance. And I'm going to find more actual charts that I can draw for you with real time, trading. I'm going to show you like how I did that one particular signal. So, just be ready. This video was pretty much just a small training for you guys to see what to do. Like, what are y'all going to do? Like, straight up. Like, boom, this is my job for right now. That type of thing. So, aside from that, Sean B out. I mean, if you guys have any questions, do ask. Like, the reason why I had that entry thing added onto the video is because, hey, someone asked. So I want y'all to ask questions. And the more questions you guys ask, the more I'm